Day 2 is where our Japan Rail Pass really starts to flex. Yesterday we warmed up with short hops around Kyoto. Today we are leaving Kansai behind and riding the bullet train all the way to Hiroshima. This one trip alone can cost more than all of Day 1's local tickets combined. And it is exactly the kind of long-distance ride that makes or breaks the value of a 7-day pass. We will start the morning at Kyoto Station, grab a quick coffee on the concourse, and then board the Sanyo Shinkansen for a high-speed run toward Hiroshima's Peace Memorial Park and the floating torii gate of Miyajima later in the series. Quick recap of yesterday. We started in Osaka and headed to Kyoto Fushimi Inari Torii, Arashiyama Bamboo, ending the day in Kyoto. Now we're ready for Day 2, Kyoto to Hiroshima. Day 2 is our first true high-speed stretch on this Japan Rail itinerary. A Shinkansen run all the way from Kyoto down to Hiroshima, the kind of long-distance ride that really tests whether the pass is worth it. As soon as we step onto the platform at Kyoto Station, the mood is different from yesterday's local trains. This is the bullet train zone, with long, sleek sets gliding in, doors lining up with the markers, and everyone moving with purpose along the platform. For this leg, we are riding the Sanyo Shinkansen, the backbone that links Kansai to western Honshu and on toward Kyushu. With a Japan Rail Pass, the process is simple. Walk through the Shinkansen gates, find the correct platform for Hiroshima-bound services, and either head to your reserved car if you booked a seat yesterday or line up at the non-reserved cars if you prefer flexibility. On the overhead boards, you will see the train type, car numbers, and which cars are reserved, so you always know where to stand before the train arrives. Once on board, the first thing you notice is the jump in speed. Leaving Kyoto, the city falls away quickly, and within minutes the train is threading through suburbs, rice fields and low hills at a pace that would take hours by highway. Inside, the ride stays remarkably smooth with wide reclining seats, generous legroom, power outlets on many sets, and big windows that turn the landscape into a continuous travel documentary. A single Kyoto to Hiroshima ticket can be a big chunk of your rail budget. But on a 7-day pass, it is just one more tap through the gate. We are crossing from the Kansai region toward Chigoku, hugging the southern edge of Honshu. Hiroshima will become your new base for both the Peace Memorial Park and the next episode, the island of Miyajima. Luggage can be stowed in the overhead racks or at the ends of the car. Why packing light makes moving between bases so much easier. The pass lets you choose departures that match your sightseeing schedule instead of being locked to the absolute cheapest train. Approaching Hiroshima, the scenery starts to change again. More industry, more bridges, and denser city views sliding past the windows. Hiroshima Station is another major JR hub where you will transfer to local lines and trams. But for this series we are keeping the focus on JR wherever possible. In just a couple of hours, the Japan Rail Pass has moved you from Kyoto's temples to the doorstep of Hiroshima's history. And this is only Day 2 of what the pass can do. 90 minutes after rolling out of Kyoto, we are stepping off the Shinkansen in Hiroshima, our new base for the next chapter of this Japan Rail adventure. Hiroshima Station is another big JR hub with Shinkansen on the upper levels, local JR lines on the lower tracks, and a whole ring of buses and trams outside. Before leaving the platforms, check the signs for the Shinkansen exit. That is where our next pass-friendly ride is waiting. For Hiroshima, the Japan Rail Pass gives you a surprisingly useful bonus. The Hiroshima Sightseeing Loop Bus, the bright red Meipurupu that runs directly from the station to sites like Hiroshima Castle, the Atomic Bomb Dome, and Peace Memorial Park, is included with the pass. Instead of figuring out local tram tickets or exact change buses, you just show your pass, hop on at the Shinkansen entrance stop, and ride straight toward the Peace Memorial area with commentary and clear English stop names. On this episode, we will ride the loop bus from Hiroshima Station to the stops for the Atomic Bomb Dome and Peace Memorial Museum, spending the afternoon on foot around the Peace Park. Along the way, pay attention to how the pass keeps working even after the big Shinkansen ride. One calendar day covers the bullet train plus these local connections, which is exactly how you squeeze extra value out of a 7-day rail pass. Stepping off the loop bus, the tone of this trip changes. A few hours ago we were racing south on the Shinkansen. Now we are walking into Hiroshima Peace Memorial Park, one of the most sobering and important stops on any Japan itinerary. The atomic bomb dome stands across the river, preserved exactly as it was after the blast, a stark reminder of why this city is known around the world. From here, everything is within walking distance. We will move slowly through the park, past the Children's Peace Monument with its thousands of folded paper cranes, along the central axis to the cenotaph, and into the Peace Memorial Museum. This part of the episode is less about trains and more about giving the place time. Plan at least a couple of hours here, and be ready for some very heavy but essential exhibits inside the museum. After the museum, we will circle back along the riverfront and show a bit of how Hiroshima has rebuilt itself. Modern trams, riverside paths, and a lively downtown just beyond the park. Then we will head back toward the station area using the same loop bus covered by the pass, wrapping the day where we started, at a JR hub. Ready for tomorrow's run out toward Miyajima. Day 2 ends not just with another rail line ticked off the map, but with a deeper understanding of the history that lies along this route. Let's talk numbers for Day 2, because this is where the Japan Rail Pass starts doing some serious work. A one-way Shinkansen ticket from Kyoto down to Hiroshima in ordinary class runs around 10,500 to 11,000 yen, or roughly $70+ at current exchange rates, depending on the train you pick. On top of that, if you are not using the Japan Rail Pass, the Hiroshima sightseeing loop bus that takes you from the station to the Peace Memorial Park and back runs about 200 yen per ride, or around 400 yen for an all-day ticket. So even on a simple Kyoto to Hiroshima travel day with one big bullet train ride and a couple of bus hops, you are already spending the equivalent of a full pass day in regular tickets. With the Japan Rail Pass, that same high-speed run and the loop bus are both covered on a single calendar day, which is exactly why long Shinkansen legs like this are the backbone of making the pass pay for itself. Day 2 took our Japan Rail adventure from short Kyoto hops into true long-distance territory. In a single morning, the Shinkansen carried us from Kyoto all the way down to Hiroshima. And one pass day covered both that expensive bullet train ride and our loop bus connections to the Peace Memorial Park. We spent the afternoon walking through Hiroshima's past and present. And now we are back at our JR base, ready to push even farther. Tomorrow, this same pass will carry us across the water. Day 3 is all about Miyajima. We will ride Japan Rail down to Miyajimuchi. Take the JR ferry over to the island and stand in front of one of Japan's most famous sites, the floating torii of Itsukushima Shrine. It is another day where the pass covers not just the trains, but also the ferry itself, and it shows just how far a single week on Japan Rail can really take you. Please like and subscribe so you don't miss the next part of this journey.